Hello. So as you can see by the thumbnail and the title, I'm going to be making these fancy schmancy jeans. They're very imperfect and I made quite a lot of mistakes, but I made this video as detailed as I can be so that you, yes you, can follow along. I always thought that jeans were going to be like super hard to make, but actually it's actually kind of easy. So now that I know how to make jeans, now that we know how to make jeans, we're able to make just a bunch of other things, and I'm so excited for what the future holds with my hands. Let me address the elephant in the room, the pockets. I thought I made this good enough. Apparently I didn't, but that's one mistake that I made. And then another is the pockets are super low. I mean, it doesn't look terribly bad, but they take away my gluteus maximus. Okay, so it doesn't look as Maximus anymore. I mean, it never was. But I had something going on. I will be showing you how to avoid all of these problems that I make so that you don't make the same mistakes I did. So let's get started. Oh, also, I made this whole outfit. Go me. Alrighty, so getting started. As always, this fabric is from Joann's, my favorite store. I used 1.5 yards, and that was like bare minimum. Just made it. I have a little bit, a strap of fabric left. You want to make a pair of jeans, kind of like the size. Mine is boot cut. You're gonna need 1.5 yard of fabric. So first I started by getting some jeans that I already love. Those are boot cut, so that's why these ended up being boot cut. Okay, next you want to identify the stretchiest part of the fabric. That's what's going to go around you instead of going long ways down, just so you get as much room as possible. These weren't really super stretchy. This step doesn't really matter that much, but it could make you go a long way, honestly. I used the jeans to trace it out onto the fabric. So I traced that one leg onto the fabric, and I just made a duplicate of that same leg. Now you have to make sure that when you do it, you're doing 2 legs going the same way and the other one going a different direction. Trust me, it's gonna frick you over if you forget this step. So you really have to be conscious whenever you're doing it, or else you're wasting fabric and you gotta take another trip to the Joann's. That's what you're gonna have to do. So just be conscious. What you just do is you just flip it over to the other side to make sure that you get 2 of them pointing to the left and 1 pointing to the right. You want to cut out the sections, giving them a lot of wiggle room. You can always go back and cut off fabric, but you can't really go back and add fabric. Rock to the rhythm, jam to the beat. Come on, y'all, just move your feet. Rock to the rhythm, jam to the beat. Come on, y'all, just move your feet. Rock to the rhythm, jam to the beat. Pockets are pretty easy. All you do is trace it and make sure you give yourself wiggle room so that you can fold it in and make it nice and neat. I put the steps down in my description box so that you can see all the steps laid out in front of you, in words. If you're that type of person that needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all, and just move your feet. So first I'm gonna work on the back of the jeans. This little jean thing right here, that's like on all jeans, I'm pretty sure it's like for your butt, because you know when you go straight from butt to back, like that's a big jump. So it needs like a little like curve to it to like make that jump. Anyways, that's just what I think. I don't really know. So it's really self-explanatory. You just kind of fold it. You fold it on itself, sew that, and then push it back down and fold that back down and sew it. And you want to angle it. Also, you want to angle it. I decided to use red thread because I just thought it looked cooler. You know, most jeans, they use like a yellowish, kind of like gold thread. So I just thought that'd be different. And use a red one. Okay, once you've sewn together, like, you know, this part of the jean like I was talking about, then you're gonna want to sew both legs of the jean. You're gonna sew it together, bad sides together, so that you can get this nice little flat look right here. You'll fold the bad sides together and then cut off one part. You have to leave a lot of seam allowance, and then cut one of them, just one of them, down so that you can fold the other one on top of it. Leave a lot of seam allowance. This is going to help you so that you can do it correctly. Also make sure that these two lines are pretty much on the same level, because I didn't do that at first and here was my reaction. No. Yeah, it was kind of annoying, but you just gotta do it again. Now I'm going to be making the front of the jeans. So you can see that I cut the pocket out twice, and that's because I thought that the front leg was too big, and that's gonna, like, I have to fix it now before I move on to making the pocket. If you know, you know. If you don't, just go with it. I do recommend you use a inside pocket closer to the color of your jean, so that if this does happen and you make this too small, then it's not as visible. I'm a little lazy, and I only had white fabric to use, so that's just what I did, honestly. I did make it bigger. I don't know what happened. Like, I have no idea. Honestly, just make it as big as you can, honestly. So if this does end up happening, it's big enough so that it'll cover your mistake. But honestly, I could go back, like for this one, for example, if I rose this up, then it would cover it. So if you are in this mistake and you want to go back and fix it, you're gonna have to take this waistband off and pull this up like that, so that it'll cover it up. Or you can go back and take this part out and add a bigger one instead. I'm just done. Okay, I'm not going back. And then also, it's a lot of junk right here, and this leg is not a lot, just a little tighter here than it is here. And I'm gonna go back and just take this in right here, and it'll even it out, and it'll be less junk in the trunk right here. For the zipper, I had to actually watch a lot of videos for me to grasp the concept of a jean zipper, but it's really actually quite simple. So just literally look at the jeans that you have and just try and comprehend what's going on there, and you'll be able to make the jean. I can't explain it. You're just gonna have to understand the video, and I made it as simple as possible. For this part, you're gonna wanna sew where the jean all the way covers the zipper. So you don't want to sew like on the pant leg of the jean, but the inside where you put that little thingy-mabobber, that's what that's for. So you can sew on top of that and it won't look ugly like on the jean itself. I used an invisible zipper because you can sew on top of the invisible zipper, and that's how I got it to like finish, so that I can like cut off the excess zipper, fold it up, and just sew on top of it and make sure that it's a done deal, you know. Same with the top, I was just able to sew on top of it. So an invisible zipper, you can sew on top of that, so I recommend you use that. Now that the front and back are completely done, I just sat them on top of each other and then sat my jeans that I used as reference on top of that as well, to see like how much excess there is, and I cut off the excess. I sewed it up. Honestly, at this point, if you want to make it into a skirt, that's very much possible at this point. But with the jeans that I use, the zipper part of the jean, it's not a zipper, it's actually buttons that those jeans use, but it goes very low. So with my jeans, yeah, it like stops like down here. But most jeans, I'm pretty sure they like maybe stop like around this section. Just keep that in mind. Mine is a little exaggerated. Okay, this is where my demons are coming back down on me, because remember in the beginning, I told you that I cut off what I thought was excess at the top, but was actually necessary jean fabric. Just to fix that, I just sewed it back on. So I have like 2 of these lines instead of 1, and I just kind of like did the same thing that you would do in the beginning. Oh, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. And then there was a lot going on right here, right? And I had realized that I didn't sew the pockets in all the way. So I just went ahead and sewed it up here on both sides. And that helped a little bit with the room. And then I also took in fabric from both sides as well, from the sides. And that helped it a lot to clear up some of this baggage. And then also like adding a waistband and then like it being pulled up a little bit helped big time. And then the waistband. Sewing on the waistband I thought was pretty self-explanatory, so I didn't go through and do it. Also because it was day 2 and I was a little bit tired. So I did the waistband, and then I realized that it left a lot of gaping room up here. So I literally just stitched this up right here. At first I hand sewed it, and then I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Just use your sewing machine. So I did go back and use my sewing machine. That is not in the clips, but that's what I did. And that was it. I finally finished my jeans. I added a button by hand stitching it, and then I also added a buttonhole by hand stitching that as well. I just kind of cut it and measured it. It's pretty self-explanatory. I hope this was easy to follow. I tried to make it as easy as possible. Maybe in the future I'll make an updated version of this video to give you more insight, and as I get better also. I did leave the ends frayed. I was kind of lazy, and I actually like the style too. Like, it was cute. And I will add belt loops later on. I just was done. After like a few days, even hours, after a few hours of sewing, I like get so tired, and I'm like, I don't need that. Oh, that's nothing, I don't need that. But I don't know if it's a good thing. But yeah, please, I recommend make your own jeans. See how talented you can be. And watch my video again to see how. But yeah, thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button, or if you don't like it, maybe decide or consider subscribing. I don't know. Enjoy your day. See you in my next video. Bye.